Hello, welcome to Tea Time with Nejla. So, wherever you are, I hope you're doing well. Make yourself comfortable, get your tea, sit, and enjoy this little reflection. Today, I wanted to reflect on teaching and the ethics of transmission. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about what actually gets passed on in dance. And I'm not talking about just teaching steps or the phrases or even the technique, but something else travels between bodies. I think about the teachers I remember most clearly, and it isn't what they taught me that stays, but it's how they stood in the room, how they watched, how they stood, whether I felt seen or evaluated, whether my body felt like it was welcome as it was, or always in the process of becoming something else. Transmission happens even when we are not trying. It happens in tone, in pacing, in silence, in your gaze, in what we correct and what we let pass. Sometimes I wonder how much responsibility that carries. When someone enters the studio, they often arrive unsure. They bring their history, their injuries, their fears, and their joys, their hunger to belong. And without meaning to, we can teach them what kind of body is valued before we teach them anything about movement. That realization sits heavily with me because I know how long it can take to unlearn those early messages. I think about lineage often, about the bodies that shaped me, about how much I carry without choosing to. Certain ways of phrasing, movement, certain assumptions about discipline, rigor, beauty, endurance. Some of those things gave me strength. Others took years to soften and let go of. I don't want to reject what I inherited, but I also don't want to pass it on unquestioned. There's a difference between honoring lineage and repeating it. I'm beginning to feel that ethical transmission or teaching has less to do with accuracy and more to do with care, with asking myself whether what I'm passing on helps someone listen more deeply to themselves, or whether it slowly replaces their own listening with mine. Sometimes teaching can be too loud, too full of information, too eager to be useful. But bodies don't always need more knowledge. Sometimes they need permission to be themselves. And permission to not understand yet, permission to move differently, permission to take time. I'm noticing that what I offer now is quieter than what I offered years ago. Less correction, and I wait more. Not because I know less, but because I trust more. I trust that bodies are intelligent. I trust that insight arrives when the nervous system feels safe enough to receive it. I trust that some things cannot be transmitted directly, only encountered. There are moments when I feel the shift clearly, when I realize that I'm no longer teaching movement as much as I'm modeling relationship. Relationship to time, to effort, to uncertainty, to aging, to not knowing what comes next. That feels like a different kind of responsibility. Transmission becomes then something fragile, almost tender. It asks me to be careful with certainty, to leave space for divergence, to remember that the dance does not belong to me, even when it passes through me. I'm not here to shape bodies in my image. I'm here to keep something alive long enough for it to change. Maybe that is the ethics of transmission. Not passing on answers, but tending the conditions where listening continues. Not preserving the dance, but protecting its ability to evolve. Sometimes I think that if I do my job well, what I pass on will not look like me at all. And that feels right. And that goes for life in general. I think the young should explore and discover their own voices, not repeat ours. With that, who has shaped you? Maybe that is the question for you to ponder tonight or tomorrow or this week. Who has shaped you and how? With that, I leave you to be. Enjoy your tea, and I will see you next time. Ciao.